we have entered into what I believe and you should believe the most sacred, solemn, and celebrated season of the Christian church. Let me try it again. I believe, and I believe that you should believe, as a Christian, that we have entered into the most sacred, solemn, and celebrated season of the Christian church.
Say that.
What is this season, Brother Brett? It is the season where we highlight and put a spotlight on the death, the burial, and the resurrection of our Christ. Now, I'm a bit ahead of myself, and I wish y'all could be with me when I'm preparing this, because I'll be shouting sitting on my sofa. I'll be wanting to call some of y'all, but I don't, if y'all not gonna shout with me, then I don't want to call you. But I wish y'all was shouting like y'all were last Sunday. This is the most celebrated, the most sacred and solemn season in the life of the Christian church. For everything we do hinges on Calvary. Some would say, y'all feeling me? What's the big deal? That's what the unbeliever, the cynics would say. What's the big deal? You always talk about Calvary. As a boy, if I could call the roll, as a boy, Horace Brown Jr., Alger Myers, L.W. Lilton, Lawrence Gaines. I'm in the Ninth Ward. Yeah. Welton, Washington, the Newburgh Church. Them W. Snowden, Third Shiloh Church. I'm still in the Ninth Ward. J.B. Barnes, I'm in the 7th Ward now, and let me come on uptown. A. Prince Forstner and Willie Earl Halsey. Can I come on up and John Frank. They would not close a sermon without telling you he died. I wish y'all was feeling this morning. It was unethical to deliver the gospel without telling the people that he died, because inclusive in the gospel is the death, burial, and resurrection of the Christ. And matter of fact, when you finish that, that's really That's it. All this intellectualization that we do now, I don't know what that stuff is. We got this thing now, we call it enumeration. Everybody's talking about the plate and the plaque and the pole and the pit. They got to use P's and C's and D's. Come on, talk to me if you can. But Paul says, I'm ahead of myself, but let me go there. Paul says, I didn't come to you with this intellectualization. I just simply came this morning to talk about the gospel of Jesus Christ. So some would say, what's the big deal? Well, I'm glad you asked. For simple reason, one simple reason, as Christians, we believe that the crucifixion is the focal point of Christians.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Because one of the things the old preachers and I'm somewhere up in there, I don't know where I'm at, would ask you, do you believe that he died?
Yes. One of the main things. Yes, Lord.
And you would say, are y'all here?
Yes, Lord.
Do you believe that he died? And your response would be, and then I would also ask you, do you believe that he was buried? And your response would be, and then thirdly, I would ask you, do you believe that he rose on the third, that God raised Jesus on the third day morning with all power in his hand? And you would say, but then we've added another one to that. And do you believe that he's coming back? See, it's not enough that he died and that he was buried and that he got up on the third day morning. The Bible says that one afternoon he got on board a cloud and went, somebody ought to help me preach here, and went back to his Father. But yes, can I tell you what? His return is imminent. He's coming back. Look at your neighbor and say, he's coming back. He's coming back. Look at your neighbor and say, he's coming back. Come on, slap him. Tell him he's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. And matter of fact, tell him, the way I see it is soon. You can say what you want. Donald Trump is winning in the polls. He's coming back.
All right.
Y'all can sit there and look at me. Donald Trump is winning in the polls.
So close. Yes, Lord. Yes.
We got a lady in the White House now, but we may have a Trump. I didn't say Trump.
All right.
The church, the gospel of Jesus Christ, the crucifixion is the focal point in history. Well, I cannot go another further without telling you, well, what is the gospel? Well, what is? See, it's one thing to talk about, we preach the gospel of Jesus Christ, and then some of us, we're so important, we're so impotent, Tanisha, we preach the gospel. I don't know what that is.
All right, say that fast.
The gospel. Paul literally says, cut that foolishness out. Stop trying to impress people. You got to bring the gospel where people can get it.
That's right.
What is the gospel? Well, the gospel, first of all, is called good news.
All right.
Because, why? It addresses the most serious problems that you and I have as human beings, and that problem is simply this. God is holy and he's just.
All right. Yeah.
That's the gospel. We got to tell people that God is holy and he's just. Might I remind you this morning, Shirley, don't never tell nobody that God is fair. God is not fair. God is just. Because if he was fair, he would treat you like y'all. He throw y'all a bone on the table like y'all throw him a half a bone. I'm not preaching to the right church this morning. If he was fair, he would halfway wake you up like you wake up. Let me get on up. I don't want to hear his mouth. If God had not touched the button of nature, I wish I had at least 7 people in here would holler at you, boy. If God had not touched the button of nature, you would not have woke up this morning. And if you would not have touched the button of nature, and Big Mama them said, and clothed you in your right mind, you would be a walking fool.
All right. Yeah. All right.
You know what a walking fool is. You got people walking around just talking to themselves.
Yes, Lord.
And you scared of them people. Them people ain't going to do you nothing. Them people out of their mind.
All right.
You got your right mind and won't get up and put your good God-given clothes on and come to God's good house and give God a good praise. Look at your neighbor and say, shame on you. God is a holy and a just God, and we are not. That's why we need to hear the gospel. You ain't all that, baby.
All right, say that.
I don't care where you live and what you drive, you ain't all that.
All right, say that.
Come on.
I don't care how much money you got in the bank and how many CDs you're not all. Look at your neighbor and tell them, say, you ain't nothing. For the Bible says that in God's sight, we are nothing but filthy rags. Sitting up in church with your dress down to your ankles. I remember when it was up.
All right, come on, bring it up there.
You ain't all that.
Say that.
And at the end of life, you got to understand, to preach the gospel, you need to preach the gospel, because what is the gospel? You need to preach the gospel because at the end of life, we're going to stand before a just and holy God and be judged.
Yes, we are.
All right.
You ain't got to worry about me and what I say. You're going to have to stand before God.
All right. Say that.
But the old preacher would say, it would behoove you. It would behoove you to listen up, children.
All right. Yes, Lord.
Because if you listen, you can save yourself a whole lot of trouble. At the end of the day, the old songwriter say, oh, my record. You're going to be judged one way or the other. You're going to be judged either on the basis of your own righteousness or lack of it, or the righteousness of God.
Yes, Lord.
And I'm righteous this morning because God said I'm righteous. Not because of what you said. That's why you can't be studying about what a Negro say. I did say Negro. But they might say entity. Did I say entity?
Yes, Lord.
They might say anything. You can't worry about it. You are righteous based on what God said. And can I tell you something else? Everybody in here, get your finger up. Point at yourself. And then when you get ready to call your name, say, my name is Saint whatever. Now, come on, say it. My name is Saint Terry.
Amen.
You didn't know you was a saint? If you've been redeemed and washed in the blood of the Lamb, you don't have to wait for the Holy Father to canonize you. You were washed in the blood.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
I'm Saint Terry.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
You Saint Herman. You Saint Herman. Well, I guess you could be Saint Peter. What is the good news? The good news of the gospel is that Jesus lived a life of perfect righteousness, of perfect obedience to God. You got to tell people that Jesus is the only perfect man.
That's right.
Apart from him, all
All right.
Stop walking around here like you ain't never did nothing.
Amen.
If you didn't do it, you taught it. Did I say taught?
Yeah.
If you didn't thought it, you looked the wrong way. Stop walking around here like you all had a bag of chips with a peppermint stick and a dill pickle with whipped cream and cherry on the top. Ain't nobody studying but you.
Amen.
Like you the bomb diggity dude. You ain't all that.
All right. Say that, Pastor.
Every one of us in here got some skeletons in our closet. Y'all should have jumped up and ran around this church 3 times. All of us, let me say it again. All of us in here got some skeletons in our closet. And look at your neighbor with that bad finger and tell him, he's talking to you. I never seen some scary Christians. Y'all scared. He talking to you. But can I tell you, because he's omnipotent, God knows. You can fool rare, but God saw you. Lord, I sure hope rare don't walk up in here. Don't worry about rare. We were somewhere not long ago. I told y'all that. Where were we? I was at the parade. Precious, I was at the parade watching you. And y'all cousin walked up to me and said, "Oh, Red, what you doing out here?" I'm doing the same thing you doing out here. I'm at the parade. My baby at the parade. She's marching in the parade. I'm at the parade watching my baby. She's the drum major. I'm at the parade. We're talking about, what you do? I didn't expect to see. Well, at least I went to church before I came here. What you doing at the parade? They'll go, "Oh, yeah, what you doing up in here at the casino?" I'm eating crab legs like you eat crab legs. You saw me at the table eating crab legs and drinking an Arnold Palmer. I saw you somewhere else. All have sinned. We got to tell people that he has done for me and for us and for you what we could not possibly do for ourselves. That's the gospel. But not only has he lived that perfect life of obedience, he offered himself as a perfect sacrifice to satisfy the justice and the righteousness of God. What did you just say, Robinson? God did what nobody else could do. Can I give it to you? I dare you to ask him to give it to you. For God so loved the world that he gave, listen, his only begotten son. Y'all won't give one child. God gave his only child.
Yes, Lord, yes.
Best-selling Christian author. I feel preaching. Best-selling Christian author, writer, and preacher at the Oak Hills Church of San Antonio, Texas, Max Lucado, in his best-selling book entitled "No Wonder They Called Him Savior," Lucado says of the cross that, watch this, please tell your neighbor, don't miss this. Please don't miss this. If y'all want it, I'll give it to you after church because you need to get this. Tell your neighbor you need to get this. Look what he says. He says the cross, it rests on the timeline of history like a compelling diamond.
All right.
The cross.
Yeah.
Wow.
Joe the wino know about the cross.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Oh, that's right. Yes, he do.
The harlot of the night. No, but the cross.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, she know. She know about it.
Jake the pimp.
Yeah.
You know too.
No, but the cross.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all ain't ready for me.
Yeah.
Bud and Bud Light.
All right.
All right, say that.
See, you got to preach where people can get it.
All right, come on.
No, but the cross. Look what else he says. He says, the cross of the cross, he says, its absurdity attracts all sinning.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Even Negroes who don't believe be trying to figure out.
Yeah.
That's what he says of the cross. He says of the cross, its hope lures all searchers.
Yeah.
Folks still trying to find out
Oh, yeah.
what is it
All right.
of the cross. History. Get this, Gary. You're going to love this one. I'm going to send it to you.
All right.
History has idolized it and despised it.
Yeah. All right. Yes, sir.
They don't know what to do with the cross.
That's right. That's right.
They don't know if to carry it, put it under a rug. They don't know what to do with the cross.
Yeah. That's right.
Look what else. Listen. History has idolized it, despised it, gold-plated it, and even burned it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still burning.
Crazy Ku Klux Klan
All right. Yeah.
burning the cross.
Yes.
But the last time I picked up the Baptist Standard hymnal, the songwriter said, at the cross. Lord, I wish I had a church this morning. At the cross, where I first saw the light and the burden of my heart. Come on, talk to me. Roll away. It was
Hold on.
by faith.
I receive. Yes, Lord.
I'm preaching good this morning. I know I'm preaching good. I'm talking about the gospel of Jesus Christ. If you don't talk about the cross, Reverend Dr. Elder Bishop, presiding prelate, general, overseer, archbishop, you better go sit down.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, all you have to do is just wake up in the morning and look up in the sky and everything will be all right. Okay, you go ahead and believe that foolishness if you want.
All right.
Last time I read the Bible, it said, into each life. You're going to have some tribulation and trials. Tell somebody addendum, but be of a good cheer. Don't let me play with you, Shannon. You're going to have some ups and downs. That's the way of the cross. Last time I saw the cross, it was so heavy, it was so burdensome that a black man coming out of Ethiopia, a man named Simon. Y'all not preaching with me. They saw him and said, well, he looked like him, so let's get him to help him carry the cross. And the hymnologist sat down and penned the word. Lord, I'm preaching this morning. Must Jesus bear the cross alone and all the world go free? But he answered it, no. They burned the cross, they worn the cross, and they trashed the cross.
All right.
But it was at the cross. I'm doing the best I can.
All right.
history has done everything it can, y'all don't play in church now, to ignore the cross.
All right. Yeah. Cross.
We last day prophets up here talking about everything but the cross. You know, just name it and claim it, and call it and haul it, and stab it and grab it. And just look in the garbage can tomorrow, and there's going to be $1 million. Okay, you fool. That ain't how it works. You may never become a millionaire monetarily. But if you got the cross, you're rich. Tell somebody I'm rich. I got the cross. Tell them, and it ain't just around my neck. I got it.
Oh Lord, yes.
No one can ignore the cross. They've tried. You can't ignore a piece of lumber that suspends the greatest claim in history. That's why when the Lord blessed us and we acquired this little big church.
All right. Come on now.
One of the first things I wanted in here was not a pulpit or microphone or pews. I wanted the cross.
All right. All right.
And as you sit there today and you adore what is adorned on the cross, that purple is royalty because the king died. And come forth Sunday, we're going to change the purple to white because the king rose. He rose in victory and in power because according to the record, when he rose, he put one foot on the sea and one on land, and he said that I've got all power. That's why the Christian don't have to worry about dying. Death is just a doorway. He said, I took the sting from death. And the grave won't be able to hold you forever, and the victory from the grave. You ain't got to worry about that. Listen, my brothers and sisters, tell your neighbor, say, stay at the cross. For the cross, its bottom line is sobering. If the count is true, it is history hinged. If the count of the cross is true, history hinges on that.
All right, that's right.
Period.
All right,
End of story.
Well,
No, that's it.
well, I want.
No.
Well, is there?
No. That's it.
Well, I want to shut it down.
All right.
But if it's not true, then history is a hoax.
That's right.
And that's why the cross matters.
All right.
Well, let me see if I can come home now. And so this morning, all I've tried to talk about is the gospel of Jesus Christ, which encompasses and includes the cross of Calvary. Roberto Madero said the church is not here to be popular,
All right.
but to proclaim the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Oswald J. Smith asked the question, why should so few hear the gospel again and again when so many have never heard it, not even once? Well, even even the 6th president
Yeah.
of these United States of America, John Quincy Adams, stated, my hopes of a future life
Yeah. Yeah.
are all founded on the gospel
Yeah. Yeah.
of Christ. What did Quincy Adams say? Adam said that I'm living this life
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lord. Yes, yes.
just to live again.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lord. Yes.
What did Quincy say? He says, even if it means I have to suffer,
Yeah.
Yes, Lord. Yes, yes.
I know that in the end I shall win.
All right.
The New Testament Greek word evangelion simply means good news.
Yes.
Therefore, the gospel is something that we should never hold back from preaching. In our churches or everywhere we go. My good friend, the McDonaldville minister, said that you ought not go everywhere preaching if you're not going to preach everywhere you go.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I want to declare this morning as I hurry to a quick end, I love preaching to the saints.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love telling y'all on Sunday morning about the gospel.
Yes.
But I don't mean to burst your bubble, but the gospel is more effective
Yeah.
when I declare it unto a person who never heard the gospel.
All right. Yes, yes.
And if I can come up your street this morning, the sad commentary is that the man of God can preach every Sunday
All right. All right.
to saints sitting in the sanctuary.
Yes, yes.
And sometimes you cannot even tell that they're saints because their lives are in such shamble condition.
All right. All right.
The sad commentary is we preach the gospel of Jesus Christ to the same people, and yet their lives are never changed. But my brothers and sisters, the real reward of preaching the gospel is going into a sin-trodden world and telling men, women, boys,